Still needs a field test.
Rhinox cobbled together a new comlink. It's going to solve our long-range communication problems.
If it works.
Well, let's find out.
Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about the KO of the TAKARA Rhinox. Now, this is a little bit different. We're going to take a look at this and check it out and do a comparison. I'm going to do the bot mode comparison side by side because that's what's most important to me, but I do understand that Beast Wars collectors do love them some alt modes, but we are going to get in and take a look at this. I did get this at Shozy store, and I'm going to have a link down below where you can get yours also. If you put TH in the support your reviewer code on the main page, it helps the channel out. But let's take a look at this guy. I was on the fence whether I'd pick him up, but we might get into this a little bit more. This is the only KO of TAKARA Masterpiece that I've seen. I have not seen any MPG KOs. Kind of strange. Let's take a look at this one, though. Coming up. Alright, here is the box. And I was a little surprised to just see such a generic, plain looking box that repeats itself on the other side. I was surprised because Ben's KO Electables got one like 5 months ago or something, 6 months ago, and he had almost the exact same box. Now, it didn't have the etched in. That's how you can tell where the UPC is and all that. It's usually a number etched into it. His didn't have that, so that's how we knew his was a KO. But I mean, his KO came out shortly after the original, just a couple months after the original, which usually doesn't mean it's a KO. Usually it means it's TAKARA dumping, but we don't really know. This one is truly a KO. All right, here it is out of the package in the alt mode or in the beast mode, which it looks very shiny. I think it's shinier than the original. We'll see that when we do the comparisons to it. But pretty cool overall. Nice looking alt mode. And reminds me of pretty much of the original and the show. Now, I didn't like this about the original one. There's just a whole lot of panel lining, and that's kind of what you get with Masterpiece Beast Wars to make them look better in the bot mode. And I do think maybe back in the day we got better looking beast modes for like G1 and even maybe some of the Studio Series stuff, but you really can't beat the bot modes, which is what I display most of mine in. Except for him, oddly enough. But still pretty good. There's a couple of things with this guy. I think his ears move. His ears move a little bit. He has the jaw. His jaw opens, and you can see inside there with the jaw. And then the other thing is, I think he has something going on with his eyes. I can't remember. I thought there was some sort of gimmick with his eyes, but now I don't remember. It's been a while, but I'm not really worried about it because I'm more into the bot mode stuff, but I do understand we have to spend a little bit of time on both modes. We don't get much of any articulation right here. And the back, pretty much the same way. Not much articulation going on there. Tail's not articulated. So, I mean, you get what you want out of this, and then they did spend a lot of time with the expressions on the face in the show. And I loved the show, too. I thought the show was great. I just wish that they were cars, not beasts. Back in the day. Let's get into the one accessory that goes with this. Just like the original, you can pop this off, and then you can put this stand on here. Am I doing it right? There's the stand goes, and you would plug him into the stand, or whoever into the stand to ride him. It's been a while. And it goes a little something like that, right? Let's get a little bit higher on this tripod. But that's about how that works so that he can ride him. That's what we saw in the show, and I think other characters rode him too. But they didn't exactly plug into him. I just tossed him up there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. The fun thing about having that TAKARA box is you got to see all of the intentions of the different modes and what everything was supposed to do. But I guess I should have just rewatched my old video, huh? So here it is next to the KO Oversize of the Studio Series, which I think that the Studio Series one is a little bit cleaner. I don't know if I like the green formed in tail. Let's do it. Let's do it a little different. Let's do it like this. Let's lower the camera. But there are some pluses and minuses to each one of these. This looks really clean all through this area, and I believe has a little more articulation. Well, not much. Not much, really. A little more articulation. From the back, you have a real tail. Okay, the tail does move up and down. This one has just a formed-in tail. Which, I mean, there's both Takara, so like we're not really... It's Takara to put in a Walmart, but then K oversized. And then Takara for premium collectors. So that's the difference there. But you can see what they look like. And I do believe that this is like a more gold version than what they put out in the stores. Studio Series stuff. My Studio Series stuff's all in a box and storage, so I don't really know, but whichever one you like the look of better. I do like the look of the Masterpiece one overall better because of so much of the personality in the face. So that's where that's at. And here we go with a family comparison here. I don't have everything. I didn't pick up every single thing. I kept pretty close with keeping up with this stuff, but I mostly went for the KOs if I could. But we got a rat trap that's coming from Takara, which that's awesome. And then I just didn't pick up everything. Anyway, this is what I've got for a comparison. And yeah, it looks pretty good. It's a nice little family we got going on in here. So I'm about to transform this up, but I'm not going to show the transformation. You can just watch my other video that has the transformation, because that's just a lot of time. But you pull that out, you get more head side to side. But if you kind of open this up, you get in here, there's a lever, some levers in there, and you can move the eyes back and forth. I knew there was something with the eyes. It's almost creepy. You can make his eyes go away. I think the whole goal is to make, it's like zombie eyes go away, but still make a move, which is kind of cool, but you have to take the head apart to do it. Alright, so here he is all transformed up into his robot mode, and surprise, he looks pretty good. The first one looked good too. The original Takara Masterpiece one did look pretty good, and you can get rid of that, make him a full skirt, tab all that in. Just for display, if you're posing him, of course, that skirt's going to split up. You do have rhino head on the back. Case of rhino head syndrome. Nobody's surprised there. No shockers. But one of the things I always am curious about on KOs is if they maintain, and since I can't really see it, you've got to kind of look at the camera and have no glare. But is that truly the maximal symbol on his forehead? How do we get that in there? Yeah, it is. So they got the tampograph on there, which is good. And maintain the light piping in the head, that kind of stuff. Still has that light piping in there. All the great paint. He is a little darker. We're going to do some comparisons, and a little shinier. But overall, I mean, I was impressed with the first one, with the main one, and the official. And I'm also impressed with this one. It feels almost exactly the same, except just a little bit slight different color, which is good. See, I don't want them exactly the same, especially since I bought both of them. I wanted a little bit different. And they should be a little bit different. The colors should be a little bit different. The sheen's different. And then it kind of gets back to, what you would like more. But let's look at these weapons and accessories, because they're about the same. We got two of these rotary weapons. And I want to point out that it's keyed. One's for his left hand, one's for his right hand. And you do have a nice wooden handle on it, wooden looking handle on it. But he can have them both. And he can do some rotary stuff with them. That's great. And then if you want to, then you can always pop this off. And you can put this on his arm. And he can have this one, this weapon. And then generally I would would assume he's gonna hold it with a fist, and then something like that, or I would think something like this, or get in there, something along those lines for that one, but doesn't seem to clip in. Of course, it's the same as the original. I wonder if there's a spot it's supposed to tab into. I don't know if it's intended, but it can sort of tab into right here. So yeah, now it's held in really good. There's a slot right here for it to tab into. Right there's a slot, and then right here is a tab, and once you put it in there, it holds in way solid. I forgot all about that. Fun things of talking about it, what, 9 months later? He also comes with extra head. They gave Rhinox some extra head there, and light piping good and well with this figure. I'm not trying to get batteries for it. Then you can put the sneer in there. Which I'm going to leave the sneer on so I can tell them apart. Well, you can tell them apart with the color and the sheen, but there he is. And then we have this, which, yeah, it's nice little globe with a stand, or whatever the, it's a hologram. Yeah, it's a hologram. And it should tab into here. And he can hold it. He holds it well. Gets the job. Cool little accessory. Of course, good job to TAKARA for thinking it up, right? Now for articulation, left, right, up, that much, down, Silverhawk up. You know, it's pretty good. Shoulders are a bit wacky, but 360. Then they ratchet out to here, and they go way up. All kinds of really good stuff that you can do with the shoulders. Bicep swivel, double jointed. Thought it was double jointed. It feels double jointed, but the way it is, you can get it. You can get everything you need out of that because of the way the hand is designed. We need to like put the hand back the way it should be. Then you got the swivel there, swivel here, and a swivel here. And then I got the thumb. I got a case of thumb went to the wrong. Don't you hate it when you put your thumb to the wrong side? And with the hand, let's take this out. He does have several points of articulation in each finger. So we got 2 fingers. He's got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fingers. Like, he's literally got TMNT fingers, right? But joint here and a joint here. So at the knuckle and then one more joint. That's about all he's going to get. And then the thumb, which is highly opposable. It opposes all physics and logic. But there it goes. And then waist swivel. You can pop everything up and get all the waist swivel you'd want. But then you've just got all the kibble. And I think somebody said kibbles for their dog. We'll swivel right here to the thigh. We've got probably wouldn't be able to do all the full splits. Way above, past the 90 there, but butt flap gets in the way with this. And knee goes to about there. Foot, side to side, little up and down. And I think that where your foot action would be adjusting your toes. Now the side-by-side comparison, and the one on the right is the KO, the one on the left is the original. And I will say this is a little bit lighter color and a little bit shinier sheen. But I mean, we're talking percentage-wise, plus or minus 5 to 7%. So the original one's darker, the newer one's lighter, and I actually think the newer one, the KO, is a little closer to screen accurate. Although this is pretty close. This is slightly closer in the color, in my opinion. I also want to say, when it comes to the ratchets of these guys, it feels a little stronger with the ratchets with the KO, but a little smoother with the TAKARA. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's just, I mean, brand new figure should feel a little tighter with the ratchets, other than what I've been messing with for 9 months, but still, that's my explanation. So take it for what you want. Now, the weird thing is, although the browns are a little lighter on this, well, I guess everything's a little lighter. The greens are a little lighter too on the lower legs. So we get in here. If you look at the thighs, how can I do this and still get enough light on it all? The thighs, a little bit brighter of a green. So the colors don't match it exactly. It's not a perfect one-to-one color-wise, and it's not far off. I mean, and I would not have, if I were to walk out of the room and come back into it 6 months or a week later, I wouldn't know one from the other. So it's just the way it is. They're so close, but those are the slight differences. As in for the weapons here, the weapons look really close to the same, and that's interesting. So this one here has the colorations that one has, but about the same color, maybe a slightly darker green. Hard to tell, but they're really, really close, and all the paint apps look very, very similar from one to the other. So nothing really looks different. And then, like, here's another one of these. There we go. From the back, they should probably give a better color difference variation between the two. And there it is. Kind of fun. Fun stuff there. Still kind of a lighter color going on this one. And I'm not sure if I've got enough light hitting both of them at the same time, but I do feel this is a little bit closer to tune. And we're talking within 5% difference. Now for a KO versus a KO. This is the KO of the Kingdom Voyager, but this one's upscaled to Masterpiece-ish. Maybe even more than Masterpiece upscaled. And looking at them, I did like the color when this came out. I do feel this is more correct. Even the original one's more correct. Doesn't mean I don't like this color. This kind of gold, I like it. This is probably not correct. This one came with 2 sets. You could either have 2 overly absurd large ones or 2 way too tiny small. There was no correct in the middle, which I feel like these weapons are more correct in the middle, but depends on what you think. This more matches a toy size. Back in the day, it's absurd. This is absurd, but it's what they did. Looking at the looks of them, this one definitely wins. And understand, TAKARA designed this, TAKARA designed that. The same company, maybe different teams of people designing it, but same company output. And I never liked the way they did the legs here. Yeah, I understand it makes transformation easier and less parts, less steps, but don't like the lower legs. I like this lower leg. So there's a lot more to like about this, but this dude was $30 shipped out the door. This guy's $80. So, or 85, something like that. And so looking at them side by side, still this one dominates, although this one's not horrible. When you look at the head sculpt, though, I mean, I don't know. Is the Studio Series head sculpt that bad, too? That's way off. This is nailing it to almost perfection. Nothing's perfect. And just for fun, I'm going to pull this guy out. I don't have him out of the box. He's sealed. I had no reason to open him. Most of my Hasbro stuff is sealed. But Rhinox from 2013, I still think this is the better Rhinox than the Kingdom for some aspects of it. But for other aspects, I mean, it is what it is, what it is, what it is. But this one, the Masterpiece one, is the win. For the rest of the comparisons, for 70% of my viewers are going to be like, you might as well just speak on a whole different language comparison-wise, because we don't get it. Oh, that's how big he is. Oh, okay, I thought he was bigger than that. Got it. You know what I mean? Am I right? Am I right? And of course, this is how he would look with a bunch of people in it. A bunch of characters in it. I don't have them all, but I've got the ones that I wanted. And probably should have got Tiger Tracks is what's missing. What's missing here? And we're going to be getting an official version of Rat Trap. But this one from Transart looks really good. They've done a great job with him. Just he doesn't match the rest of this crew. And with that, it all works. This is my look at the KO version of Rhinox. The MP59 Masterpiece, a knockoff in a cheap box. But it looks good. I think they did a good job of this. It looks fine. I've had no QC issues. I've had no problems, no joint issues. Everything's exactly like the original, except a different paint here and there, and it's slightly different. A little bit shinier Not a whole lot shinier. I mean, really, it's going to be hard to tell the difference between these two. But I will say this, that there's not much getting knocked off from Takara these days. It used to be everything Takara put out got a knockoff. Approximately 10 months later. But this is really the only thing that I'm seeing. I'm not seeing any of the Raiden. I'm not seeing anything else getting knocked off just yet. Now, that might change. But I don't see Missing Link stuff getting knocked off. So I'm curious about all of that. But this guy, solid. Really solid. KO, 85 bucks. I did get this at Shozi Store. Remember, if you put in TH in the Sport Review in the top box, or one of the top boxes on the front page, main page, it helps the channel out when you go buy stuff. But half the price of an original, and every bit as good. Except for the box. If you really like boxes, then that's an $80 box. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Teddy Hanger out.
Do.
The device is voice activated. Just talk into it and we'll hear you.
We hope.
And he's over 5 microquads away. Looks like it's working.
So far.
Cheater to Optimus.
Optimus is on his way. He said you should get out of there.
No can do, baby blue. Scorponok's here and he's found a mega can. Oh.
There. Good as new.
Yeah, and twice as loud. A missile right in the chest plate. Guess you aren't as fast as you thought, huh, kiddo?
And you got my comm link trashed.
Hey, at least I proved it worked.
I was wondering. Your flying robot form could make it to the crystal before any of us.